Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what is going on this late Friday night? This is the Club of the Man 1993, and we are here live for my live review of this past week's episode of AEW Dynamite, the St. Patrick's Day Slam Special. This took place on Wednesday, March 16th, 2022, Austin 316 Day in San Antonio, Texas. This, of course, is the hometown of a certain someone who had a special moment on this episode that, of course, was very well deserved. Despite the fact that there was some... We'll get to the match. But this episode of Dynamite was good. There were a few things that kind of bugged me a little bit about it. There's still a few things that, to me personally, I gotta say, I need to see more of this. It's not horrible, it's just, I can't determine it now whether or not, I'm really into a few things. Especially, I don't give it away, we'll get into it. But, I'm going to, just move smoothly with this one because I do have 4 baseball videos I want to record before I go to sleep tonight, and go from there. But first, before we get started, I do have a little bit of an announcement to make. Something that I did post on Twitter and post on YouTube in a post earlier today that I'm personally excited about. So you hear this static? You hear this static that's been going on for the longest time, of course, in my videos? Yeah, it's because I have a microphone that, I got as a gift a couple years ago for Christmas. I've gotten good use out of it, but obviously I know I could do much more with my audio to make it a little bit more cleaner on these streams. So today, it's been a while, I was ready to make an upgrade, and I have right now on my way, purchased from Amazon, another new Yeti microphone with a pop filler as well, coming to, of course, cover up the microphone to drown out the sound, which I'm very excited to hear about. Now, for some reason, I did order them both at the same time. But the pop cover, from what I can remember, we pull up on my app here, just double check. But where is it? Okay, yes. So the pop cover, for some reason, the pop filter is arriving on Monday, but the microphone, the Yeti microphone itself, is not going to be arriving until March 29th. With that being said, I don't know, because I do plan on, here, let me get myself back here. But obviously, I do plan to do maybe an unboxing video, maybe if I can, possibly, who knows? Because that week is going to be nuts. But I definitely also think I may save the debut of that microphone after testing it out for my WrestleMania review. I definitely, of course, know we have 2 more WrestleMania live reaction streams to do, which one will take place this week, then one the following week. Even though I have stopped doing preview and predictions and other reviews, besides pay-per-views for WWE and topic videos, of course I still do those. I will do a WrestleMania preview and predictions video. But I think I'm going to save the new microphone's debut for my WrestleMania review. I think that might be when I debut, especially if it's not going to be arriving until March the 29th, which that is a Wednesday. If I get it if I get the groove with it, maybe I can do it sooner. I don't know. But we'll see where it goes. But yes, a new microphone is on its way, and an upgrade has been made to the channel of the man. Now, of course, I know I have had a few upgrades, such as doing the green screen for a while, but it was just so much time to take up. Like, when I obviously I have some things planned over the next year for sure. I have started looking into getting my own place, of course, and I'm obviously, I think I'm in a much better spot with it than I was a year ago. But maybe once I get my own place, maybe I'll have the green screen up all the time. That way I don't have to keep setting it up. That way I can just, jump on, turn the lights out and do what I gotta do, and bring that back. But just some stuff I like to you know use to brighten up the channel a little bit. So like I said, the clear audio I think will definitely come from having a Yeti microphone, which I know a lot of people have used Yeti microphones and they're really good. And of course, the pop filters is going to help a lot as well. So I definitely am excited. Definitely use that for sure. But that's just my little special announcement before we get started. We have that happening. And of course, also, I'm sure some of you want to hear my thoughts on the reports saying that 10 days ago, apparently Cody Rhodes did sign a new contract, and he will be showing up at WrestleMania 38 to answer an open challenge from Seth Rollins. All I'll say is just like CM Punk, I'm not going to believe it until I see it. I know now, like, some more reliable sources are coming out saying that Cody's heading back to WWE. But my thing is I'm not going to believe it until I see it. That's all I'll say about it for now. I don't want to get into a rant about it because if he does go back to WWE, I'm going to be honestly disappointed in him. But again, we'll talk about that when it comes. I've already said my piece of that in my stream whenever Cody left AEW for sure. But like I said, we'll save that for another day. Let's get into this review of Dynamite. First, let's check the live chat though. And we got Tyler in the live chat. What's up, Tyler? He said the main event was bad, and he gave the show a D. And he says, when is Asuka coming back? Well, I've heard the rumors that apparently Asuka is ready to compete. They just have absolutely nothing for her to do, sadly. Does that surprise you? They could use an Asuka, but even if they bring her back, they're not going to utilize her well at all because, they don't utilize anybody well at all. They're throwing random people to get. Heck, I didn't watch SmackDown tonight, but I saw the result. I saw that they added another random women's team to this women's tag match. Just taking basically all the women who is not on the main card is getting involved in that tag match. Well, no Shotzi. That's the only one I noticed who wasn't there as now Shotzi. So, but either way, oh yeah, and Nikki and Doudrop, but who cares? How great was Charlotte and Asuka for WrestleMania 34? That actually was a very good match. Of all the matches that Asuka and Charlotte have had one-on-one, I would definitely say that was their best match for sure. But that was a really good match. Definitely one of the stronger matches of that WrestleMania for sure. And one of the better women's WrestleMania matches, I think so. And he thinks it's the best match of WrestleMania 34. You may be right. I'm trying to remember what other matches I remember I liked from that show. I definitely didn't like the last hour of WrestleMania 34, that's for sure. I don't know. But that is a good choice, though, Tyler. But we're going to move forward because I do have some stuff I want to do before I go to bed. So we'll get rolling with that. So let's talk about Dynamite. Again, it took place in San Antonio. We opened up with a 6-man tag match. Did I picked the wrong thing here. Hold on here. I'm not prepared on my end. Oh, shoot. That's not what I wanted to do. Here we go. Here's the page I wanted. Scroll down. Scroll down. Come on. Come on. Okay. So, the opening match was, in fact, Adam Cole and Red Dragon versus Hangman Adam Page and Jurassic Express. Fun tag match. Of course, the story is Adam Cole and Red Dragon are not going away, despite the fact that all three of them came up short to the tag champs and the world champion at Revolution. But they're, trying to find their way back in. They may have done so right here, though, with some crazy outside interferences and a lot of other craziness going on outside. It led to Adam Cole pinning Jungle Boy after hitting the boom on Jungle Boy to get the victory. So that win right there not only probably gets Adam Cole another shot for the world title, it's also going to probably get Red Dragon another shot for the AEW tag titles. Which, honestly, could be when they dethrone Jurassic Express. I still think either Red Dragon or House of Black should be the ones dethroning Jurassic Express. I still don't know if Adam Cole's gonna. Here's the only thing though is I still don't think after his loss, I don't think Adam Cole's gonna be the one to dethrone Hangman Adam Page. I'm still leaning more towards MJF at this time. So I'm not sure if having Adam Cole face Hangman again is a good idea right now. Or, I could be wrong. I mean, I'm not opposed to Adam Cole getting the world title. I just don't feel confident they would give it to him right now. But I'd hate to see him lose another world title match. Again, I still think the person that will be the one to dethrone Hangman Adam Page is MJF, in my opinion. But I definitely feel more confident that Red Dragon's gonna win the tag titles than Adam Cole winning the world title right now. Eventually, Adam Cole is gonna be world champion. You bet your money they're gonna put the world title on Adam Cole for sure. But I just still don't think he's the one that's gonna be dethroning Hangman Adam Page. Just saying. Keith Lee had a run-in with Ricky Starks and Will Hobbs backstage. I guess apparently Keith Lee's gonna take on Max Caster on Dynamite. Rampage tonight. And then he says that when he punched him out and Ricky laid on the mat, but it seemed fried. I guess they probably were watching Keith in his match with Max Caster. But I think the end result is eventually going to be soon a match with Keith Lee and Powerhouse Hobbs. And I thought the two of them worked very well together in the ladder match at Revolution. I still think, they could definitely... I feel like a match with Keith Lee is going to help Powerhouse Hobbs get that breakout match. I can just see them having excellent chemistry like Keith Lee and Dominic Dijakovic did in NXT. I think that could be the case in the build they're doing right now, teasing that match with Keith Lee and Willie Hobbs. I think again it's gonna be well worth it in the long run when we get there. It could take place at the pay-per-view, maybe, I don't know, or it could probably take place at Blood and Guts or something, or they do another special show or whatnot. We got that. We also have a brief vignette also of Chris Statlander taking her face paint off. I like Chris Statlander. I'm not gonna lie though. Ever since this women's division definitely got more depth and filled up more, I feel like she kind of got a little lost in the shuffle. I know she had the ACL injury that kept her out for a while. That definitely, hit her for sure. But I just feel like she hasn't quite had the same momentum since before her ACL injury. So a character change might be a reasonable idea to do. So we'll see where that goes with her and taking the makeup off. We also have a tag match with Jon Moxley and Bryan Danielson taking on Chuck Taylor and Wheeler Yuta of Best Friends. Another good match by this new tag team being led by William Regal, which, if you didn't get to yet, definitely check out Regal's Talk is Jericho. Very emotional, stories, and, definitely some very, crazy stuff that William Regal has definitely been through. That, of course, a lot of us, even Chris Jericho, did not know about. But Danielson and Moxley get the win with the reverse chinlock choke from Moxley onto Wheeler Yuta, getting him to submit. But after the match, though, Best Friends go to leave. Wheeler Yuta hangs around and offers William Regal a handshake. Regal, though, just like he did with Bryan and Moxley at Revolution, slaps them across the face, and they have a chat, and then basically Wheeler Yuta is interested in joining them, but then Regal tells him just to run along. So is this maybe, like I said, I'm still wondering, is Moxley and Bryan both supposed to be faces? Because Regal hasn't to me been like a complete, 100%, good guy baby face since coming over to Dynamite. He's had showed a little bit of like a heelish side. So I'll still say they're tweeners because it feels like they're still finding their spot with their dynamic, just being themselves on the team. It's a little bit odd, I'm not gonna lie, but this could be them maybe set up like their own faction or whatnot with a bunch of like upstarts like Wheeler Yuta or Lee Moriarty or even like Lee Johnson if he's still around and a few others. Um, so I'm hoping that's the direction they're going with this stable for sure. Um, but after that, we have FTR being interviewed backstage, saying firing Tully Blanchard didn't come easy, but they had been checked out and after they had lost the titles. Young Bucks roll up and just tease them, saying they have no manager. They could hire that. They could hire and whatever they do, it will still make them the second best tag team in AEW. Not sure why those two had a run in, maybe. I'm not sure yet. Um, Let me see here. The Acclaimed and Team Taz were talking about Keith Lee until Shane Strickland came up and told Starks that he's going to make Rampage his house. So I guess they had a match on Rampage tonight. Then we have the Jericho Appreciation Society, who of course came out to Judas. Chris Jericho was in this like purple attire with a hat on. Matt Lee from 2.0 sings Jericho's praises, saying if it was up to him, there would be no Judas sing-along. But Jericho is a better man than him. Jeff Parker says how Jericho deserves to be praised, and he gives Jericho a big intro with the mic. And Jericho says, we're lucky to exist in his lifetime, because if he wasn't here, there'd be no AEW. But instead, the undetermined him and take him for granted and write heartful things on social media. The Inner Circle appreciated him and calls Eddie Kingston a coward who tapped him out. But these men do appreciate him, and they can't relate to the rest of the roster, who are mere pro wrestlers, and basically says that we're not pro wrestlers, they're sports entertainers. Daniel Garcia agrees that he is too, and Jericho puts him over and recounts how he donated thousands of dollars to his recovery when he got into a car accident in 2019 with the other Buffalo Wrestle Boys. And he mentions how 2.0 is a stupid name from Bad Creative, you'll never hear it again. They use their real names in the Jericho Appreciation Society. Matt Menard and Angelo Parker, they're calling them now. He talked about how good his pal Kevin calling him up after he got released and got him a spot in AEW. And then they talk about how Jake Hager has always been the one man that Jericho can trust, which is true. He's basically hung by his side the whole time. The hand of the king, and thus begins a new era in AEW, the era of sports entertainer. So just Jericho changed his character again. Now he's basically saying like, he's not a wrestler, he's an entertainer. I don't know still. I just still... I think it's still because I have like the, jobber vibes from Matt... What's their names to me now? Angelo Parker and Matt Menard. I still just get jobber, Everrise vibes from them. I guess maybe that's why I'm still not into stable yet. Like I gotta see more of the stable and see how good Parker and whatever their names are, Menard, Parker, whatever their names. You called them Phineas and Ferb for all I know, but yeah, I don't know what their names are anymore. But it's something I gotta see more. Like I said, I could buy into the Inner Circle. I liked Sammy Guevara from the beginning. I liked Santana and Ortiz. And, of course, Jake Hager, has been a good Painmaker posse. Well, he's not a Painmaker anymore, but he's still been a good, posse. I just still don't know about, Daniel Garcia and his goons. They still feel like job to me. It's like taking members from QT Marshall stable and putting them in this. It wouldn't feel that good. So, I don't know. I could be overreacting. Obviously, even though they still felt like goons in NXT, maybe AEW sees something in that I just don't. Maybe I don't know, but we gotta see more from them. We have Serena Deeb having a video talking about how her feud with Shida falls because time is meaningless. So I guess we're doing another match with Serena Deeb and Hikaru Shida, who's been out for some time with injury. Cool with me. And then we have this TNT title match. This is probably the thing that disappointed me most on the show. Scorpio Sky, the TNT champion, and Wardlow. I really thought when Scorpio Sky surprised us and won the TNT title last week that Wardlow was gonna beat him, because Wardlow cut a promo where it's like, I don't want to deal with any BS from MJF. I just want to move on to something else. Basically say nothing personal against you, even though he's sick of working for him. He was just ready to move on to something else. And I thought maybe the Pinnacle would let Wardlow win the title and then try to play the mind games with him while he has the championship. Instead, they had Shawn Spears come down the ramp and then Wardlow stand there still and stare him down, not even thinking of what if MJF shows up. And sure enough, MJF did, but he pushed Wardlow into the steel post, and then Wardlow just rolled in and just let Scorpio Sky just roll him up. It wasn't that convincing to me that Wardlow was beat. Afterwards, of course, they do try to beat him down, but then Shawn Spears hits him to the chair again, and I think he knocked him out with a Dynamite Diamond Ring. But I don't know. Like I said, I'm getting tired now. I was disappointed with this match. Like I said, it didn't really make Wardlow look too good. I thought what they should have done was they should have let Wardlow win the title, have MJF at first, congratulate him and I think he's supportive of this decision of Wardlow leaving, but then eventually when the time comes, snap and turn on him then. But I guess we're just going right into it right away. I don't know. Like I said, I definitely would have rather done that better the way they did it. Of course, Dan Lambert and America's Tag Team were out there, stooging with MJF. Jade Cargill has an interview backstage, asked who's ready to be lucky number 30, and Jade says she's done wings. I guess we find out next week number 30 is, we're going to try to go 30-0. The Hardy Boys, Matt and Jeff, had an excellent match with Private Party. Great to see these guys working together again. They definitely put on some good matches. Afterwards, though, Andrade El Idolo and company come down to attack, but Sting and Darby make the save. It's still going to be very interesting to see. I definitely wanted to one day see Jeff Hardy and Darby Allin go at it again. And again, they want to do Jeff Hardy and Sting again to erase that bad memory from TNA Bound for Glory. Victory Row. Go for it, definitely. But we'll have to wait and see, of course, whatever happens to that. I think someday we will get it. And Red Velvet was backstage talking about Layla Hirsch, thought how she had changed and she stood up for her, but now she's going to put a stop to it on Friday on Rampage. And then we got the main event. This AEW World Championship Steel Cage match with Dr. Britt Baker, the champion, D.M.D. versus San Antonio's own Thunder Rosa. Now, putting it in a steel cage was a good idea. I didn't hate the match completely. I was disappointed with it, though. Just like their match at Revolution, it felt like it kind of missed that one little spark of drama that felt like it needed to happen. Like maybe Jamie Hayter or Rebel come up and try to climb into the cage or find a reason why to get in, and the referees, of course, back them off, or maybe Thunder Rosa somehow takes them out. I also thought the problem I had to this match was there was a lot of moments where I felt like they could have sold better, like a couple chair shots that they weren't selling, or even with the thumbtack bump, like neither women really sold it that drastically. Like nothing compares as close as how MJF sold it at Revolution. I just wonder maybe if they knew they were limited on time or something, maybe, because that's the only reason why I could think of why this match felt like a little bit rushed and it didn't feel completely clean or smooth. And like I said, it was good, but again, just that one little spark I felt like was missing. Just saying. But Thunder Rosa wins as she should have. Again, I know I've been saying, for the longest time I wanted Britt to at least have a year-long reign. 10 months is excellent also. Again, she definitely, elevated the women's division. She elevated herself. She became even better. She definitely will be women's champion again someday, whether it's for the world title or the TBS title, who knows. But she'll be champion someday. But Thunder Rosa indeed was the right person to take the title off of her. And she celebrates, and that's how the show goes off the air. Sorry guys, I was flying through. I'm tired. I'm going to wait to do the baseball videos another time. But that's my review of Dynamite. I gave this show, I gave it a B. Like I said, the moment of Thunder Rosa winning the world title was amazing. The match I thought could have been better. And like I said, I was also disappointed with that stuff with Wardlow as well. He didn't look too sharp with all that, in my opinion. But that is that. In the live chat, Tyler says he's still not a fan of AEW, which I'm fine with. That's your opinion. He thinks 2K22 is great. Haven't played it, but I've heard some people do like it. Spoken off Nickelodeon's head of the table. Nice. Orton needs to turn heel, I agree. And AEW's overdoing the thumbtacks. I mean, there's been a couple matches with them overdoing the thumbtacks, but, it is what it is. I mean, it's not dreadful, but I mean, of course, I would definitely say Britt and Thunder Rosa did the weakest jobs at selling them, I would say. But yeah, it's gonna do it, guys. I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed. I'll do my baseball videos at some point tomorrow. What were your thoughts, guys, on Dynamite and the St. Patrick's Day special? Gave the show a B. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. And be sure as always to slap a like on the video and subscribe for more content on my channel. Follow me on Twitter as well at TheManAirboy93. Until then, guys, I'm checking out. I'll see y'all later. Have a good night. Sleep well. And peace out, everybody.